Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am AdamMcKola, and today we are looking at Manchester United's latest financial results. And it's not pretty reading for Manchester United fans. And it's yet again more evidence why we need the Glazers out of our club. Because whilst revenues are up, yes, revenue is up, the debt has increased at Manchester United. And even with the debt increasing, guess what? Those Glazers have still been taking out dividends left, right and centre. We'll be getting stuck into the financial results here and what that means for Manchester United. Make sure you're keeping it locked to this channel by hitting that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 150k ASAP. I can only do that with your help. So get hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll get stuck into these financial results for 2022 right now. So have a look at this. This is the numbers in simple terms. Commercial revenues are up 11% to £257.8 million. Broadcasting revenues are down 15.7% to £214.9 million. Probably because of the lack of a run in the Champions League and all those kind of things that come connected with that. Matchday revenues are up 1,456.3% to £110.5 million. Obviously, the ending of lockdown, the return of fans helping massively. The total revenue up 18% to £583.2 million. But whilst that's happened, listen to this, our net debt has risen by 22.7% to £514.9 million. Incredible stuff. Similar levels of debt to when the Glazers arrived in 2005, and that's with close to £2 billion taken out the club. In when you combine the debt that still stands on the club, when you combine the interest payments that Manchester United have made, the dividend payments, etc., etc., this Glazer takeover is costing Manchester United an awful lot of money. Now, Kieran Maguire, who is an expert in these things, I'm not an expert in these things, make sure you're following him, says Manchester United's interest costs £62.2 million for 2021-22, mainly due to the weakness of the pounds. Takes total interest costs for the club under the Glazers to £886 million. That's close to £1 billion in interest costs for Manchester United under the Glazer ownership. Gross borrowing £636 million. Despite the losses, the club paid record dividends of £33.6 million in the year. Now, whilst I don't like it, I can understand if the Glazers are taking huge dividends out because Manchester United are winning every single trophy there is to win. But whilst we're turning out abysmal results on the pitch, sacking managers left, right and centre, they're still creaming up the dividends. It's an absolute disgrace, and it's a big example of the Glazeronomics that Manchester United have been working under. Since the club was bought, Kieran Maguire goes on to say, Man United have made an overall pre-tax loss of £320 million, but paid out dividends to shareholders of £132 million. Are you listening to this? Despite the fact we've made a loss of a third, basically, a third of £1 billion, £320 million. Despite the fact we've made that loss, £132 million in dividends have still been paid in that period. That isn't a club that's been, or a company, if you want to look at it as a company, that is being ran successfully. If over that large period of time we're making losses and they're still taking money out of the club. Man United's net debt to the end of June is £514.9 million, as I said, up £95.4 million on the previous year. This is what the Glazers are doing to Manchester United. Compensation to former Man United managers Solskjaer and Rangnick, other coaches and staff, cost the club £24.7 million. So not only have you got evidence of off the pitch, they're absolutely slaughtering us, killing us left, right and centre, but also the impact of their poor decision making in terms of coaches, managers on the pitch. Look at the amount of players that left on freeze. Look at the amount of, staff you've had to pay off. That's down to your piss poor management of the football club, both on and off the pitch. John Murtough has said, overall, we are ahead of schedule in our recruitment plans as envisaged at the start of the summer. We do not anticipate the same level of activity in the future windows. As always, our planning focuses on the summer window. Now what that means is we spent more than we should have or expected to in the previous window just gone, and therefore we've fucked it for the next couple of windows because they're going to cut back massively. And that's despite the fact Cristiano Ronaldo is going to leave. We've got to replace him. We've got to bring in another striker anyway, possibly another winger, a midfielder, a right back, a goalkeeper maybe. We've got all these positions that genuinely need filling, and the manager needs an opportunity to move this club on in the next couple of windows because they're vitally important. Yet we're going to be cutting back because we've just done the business that we should have done in the previous window. This again is the impact of Glazeronomics and the Glazer ownership. So in short, these results read: the debt has increased, the wages are at an all-time high, dividend payments are at an all-time high, and these results, remember, are before the £220 million we spent this summer, and United had a cash balance of around £120 million, which included a £100 million overdraft. So 20 million really. And then we've gone on and spent £220 million. So imagine how the next financial report's going to look. It's not going to be pretty reading at all, especially when you take into consideration this. The cash levels have massively reduced at Manchester United, and there's no major sign in a huge upturn at the club. Now, one thing that could mean is that Jim Ratcliffe or whoever want to buy Manchester United are in a stronger position when they look at these financial results, and they'll look at that and think, this is a sign of a club that isn't being run properly. Maybe we have got a chance with a takeover bid. But it also reflects, on the other hand, owners that have been for the last 17 years milking Manchester United left, right and centre. And despite the fact we spent 220 million, we should be able to spend that every single summer and it not affect us. Because look at the revenues that the club are bringing in. But when you've got that level of debt, when you've got to, finance the interest payments, when you've got to finance all these dividends going out left, right and centre, the club's being bled dry. There's only so long that can last. That can't last for an infinite period of time. But these Glazers resolve. Maybe it's strengthened because they're taking out so much money. Or maybe they're more inclined to sell because now they're looking at this and going, how long can it last? I hope it's the latter, but I'm not confident. All I know is they got to get the fuck out of here. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you like and comment and sharing and subscribing. Until next time, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.